1986.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
I think he just makes better decisions than Harris.
Okay, what better decision?
All right. Let's see. I'm going to go with how people react to how the country is currently doing. Right now, it's not good because of the gas prices, but I'm not worried about that. I'm more concerned how things are going to turn out in the future. So if I look at the past, let's say when he was president in the beginning, then he's done better than how Biden did,
Okay,
right? And I know you're talking about Harris. Yeah, go ahead.
On what points has he done better?
Not having illegals in the country. I feel that the economy is better overall, except for right now it's not.
So the economy is better, but now it's not.
Right at the moment, yes, because of the gas prices.
Not just because of gas prices. Every metric in the economy is worse off since Trump got in office.
All right. That's not
can you name a
information
single
I vote for
metric
Trump.
that's got better off since Trump got in office?
No, I don't have anything in front of me, but if you want to give me some time, I could probably look it up.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
All right. In the meantime, while he tries to look that up, everyone, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Margaret, thank you for the $25. Thank you very much on Venmo. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Margaret. Always good to see you. Alice, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Happy birthday to Victoria. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Amy. Thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alrighty, give them a second. Give the guests a second. If you're on YouTube, again, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen as always. Let's try to get 2,000 likes if we possibly can here on the YouTube. I don't know what's going on with today. Apparently, like, the YouTube is working weird with the algorithm and with the audio. And then same thing with TikTok a little bit, I think. Marianne, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $15. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you in Sydney. Of course. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out to all the moms for Mother's Day, of course. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Marianne. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As well as Sharky, thank you for the €2. Thank you very much. What's up?
Oh, I was just saying I was ready if you're ready.
Go ahead.
All right. So I'm just going over. I'm not going to sit here and, give you all the facts, but just border crossings and immigration appear lower. Inflation has cooled. Real wages slightly increased. I'm just reading this, if that's okay. GDP growth remains positive, and some government and conservative aligned sources argue deregulation and immigration enforcement improved. So, go ahead.
Okay, so wages have not increased proportionally to a higher extent. Inflation has increased to a higher extent, and it's higher because of Trump's tariff policy than what it would have been otherwise. According to a Federal Reserve report, we would have been below pre-pandemic levels of inflation if Donald Trump never imposed the tariffs in the first place. And then plus the GDP growth is lower. Just because it stayed positive does not mean that it's just as good, right? It's worse since Trump got in office. And there have been multiple quarters of negative growth.
Okay. So,
low growth as well.
Based on the information you're giving me, do you think I should be voting for Harris? I should have voted for Harris?
Well, yes, I think that practically every metric of the economy is worse off since Trump got in office because of his war with Iran and because of the tariffs that he imposed. Yeah, you care about the economy.
Why doesn't it feel that way? Why does it feel like had we had chosen Harris, it would have been the same as if Biden would have been in office?
Because you don't understand the economy, and you don't understand
if I don't
that
understand
Biden
the economy,
didn't cause
then why do I have a business?
You don't understand that the Biden caused the economy to be that way. You said, why do I have a business if I understand the economy? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I don't understand the economy.
You having a business does not mean you understand the economy as it works from a whole basis.
I mean, I think it gives you a pretty good idea that if you can run a business for over 8 years and you stay in business, most people would be out of business.
Yeah, sure. Most people would be out of business, but that doesn't mean you understand the economy overall from a macro standpoint.
Okay, explain it to me how it would have been better if Harris was in office.
Yeah, inflation would have been better off because Donald Trump imposed tariffs, which have caused prices to go up. Again, we would have been pre-pandemic levels of inflation if Donald Trump never imposed those tariffs in the first place, according to a Federal Reserve report, which means the Federal Reserve would have been able to bring down interest rates, which would stimulate investment to a greater extent. We would have continued democratic policies, increasing the level of investment, which would have brought back more jobs to this country and increased job growth. Both of those facts would be significantly better for job growth. We'd also have better inflation because of that, which would perpetuate better conditions for real GDP growth and real median wage growth, because we wouldn't have had a decline because of the tariffs imposed for either of those. So basically every metric of the economy would be better off if Harris were in office because of those facts.
I mean, in a sense, you're speaking theoretics, but let's talk honestly. I mean,
A theoretical,
Everybody,
we're
all
talking
the
about what
other
it would have been otherwise, of course.
right. So all the other presidents have been doing the exact same thing for so many years. Trump is changing it where instead of he's trying to get us to not pay income tax in the future. Obviously, right now it's not that way, but everything takes time. So if we keep charging tariffs and we correct it, everything obviously is going to take time to correct itself, right? I mean, when you first start doing something, like we had that whole incident where they went to court and now we got to pay all the money back for some of the tariffs. But over time, as things get corrected, it's going to be better off for the people because
And
now we're getting money from out of the country instead of from the people.
tariffs are paid mostly by American consumers. According to the Kiel Institute, 96% of tariffs are paid by the US, mostly by consumers. So this whole idea that you have that other countries are paying the tariffs is a lie that Donald Trump has perpetuated and brainwashed you into believing. That is a complete lie, right? Most of the tariffs are paid by US consumer,
All right, hold on.
which then disproportionately affects lower and middle income individuals because they spend a greater proportion of their income on consumer goods. So really, it's just shifting the burden of taxation from those that are disproportionately higher income to those that are disproportionately lower income. Because income tax is progressive. If you decrease income tax the same for everybody, it disproportionately, in terms of revenue, will go to the top and richest Americans because that's how income taxes are set up in terms of the progressive nature. And if you get rid of those income taxes and you replace them with tariffs, like a reduced income tax, replace it with a percentage tariff, well, what that does is just shifts the burden of taxation because tariffs disproportionately come from lower and middle income individuals because, again, they spend a greater proportion of their income on consumer goods because of cost of living. Cost of living makes up a greater percentage of their overall income comparative to a person who's rich. Cost of living for them makes up a lower percentage of their.
Okay, so me just doing my research here, right? I put how do tariffs benefit the people? Number one, it protects domestic jobs. It encourages companies to manufacture in the US, increases government revenue, and it helps new and weak industries grow. Also, it does help trade negotiations leverage. So, I mean, again, it's going to benefit us over time. Right now, it looks like it's not going to benefit us, but it's going to help the country and the people have a better lifestyle. I don't think that had we chosen Harris, we would not have a better lifestyle. We would have a bunch of immigrants coming into the country doing whatever they want. And now you're probably going to tell me, oh, but immigrants doesn't help or doesn't hurt us. But I don't think you understand the economy.
So I know that they're good for the economy because I can send you a study from the Cato Institute that indicates they decreased the deficit by $14.5 trillion over the past 30 years. According to the National Bureau of Economic Research, they've led to an increase in wages over the past 30 years for natural-born U.S. citizens and an increase in employment rate for natural-born U.S. citizens, meaning that it's benefited them from both of those respects. So they're beneficial to our economy. This idea that you have that they're negative to our economy is just a lie and is false and, again, propaganda.
Well, I mean,
And then also,
I
I
think
wanted to
that
address
we
your other
all.
points.
Yeah, go
Since
ahead.
since Donald Trump has imposed the tariffs, we've seen declines in real domestic manufacturing investment every single quarter of Trump's administration so far, and again, the worst year of job growth in the past 4 years.
Okay. Well, I don't agree with all the metrics that you're using there. I mean, they're probably true and they're probably not true, or they could be biased. All I'm gonna go by is how it's made the people feel around me, including myself. When Trump was president, what years was he president? I don't remember it off the top of my head, but the first time he was president, I noticed the economy was doing great. Everybody's doing, money was doing better, families were doing better, and then we got Biden, and everything just seemed terrible. So we just go by how that felt and what people feel, and you notice that everybody else around you is doing really good, and then when another president is president, they're just doing really bad. I mean, how can you not look at that and be like, I would definitely want Trump to be president again? Like, why would you not want that again?
Yeah, because Trump did make the economy better off. The trend that was good under the Trump's first administration for the economy was a trend that existed from Obama's economy, not something that he generated into existence. There's no policy you can point to that he actually engaged in that actually legitimately benefited the average American more than it's benefited the rich. There's absolutely nothing that you'd be able to point to. So, like, I don't know why you'd continue to reference that when, again, Trump's made things worse off in terms of the economy and practically every metric you can mention, even the ones that you mentioned would be beneficial in terms of tariffs, have become worse off because Donald Trump's policies overall. Now, targeted tariffs have been effective at addressing these things, but universalized tariffs were clearly not effective in addressing that, especially since they were put in place by the executive branch, not the legislative. So they're not long-term.
Okay, so you feel personally that Biden did a great job?
Biden did a better job than Trump. Not even close. Biden's economic policy is leagues better than Trump's. Not even close. Trump has
That's not what I
atrocious
saw.
economic policy.
That's not what I saw with my eyes and my experience in my life. Like, I did not
I
experience
understand,
a
but like
good.
that's not how you make that analysis. You have to look at overall impacts in terms of the overall economy and what the administrations did to cause that. Not just say, "Oh, I'm just going to attribute it to them because I feel like
I
it."
mean, if you could look around your city and around your country and all the bad things that were happening when Biden was president, I mean, I think I could attribute that to deciding, okay, I never want to have that again. And I'm pretty sure that the majority of the
What did
population
Biden do
felt the
that was
same
bad?
way. I mean, he was he was not even controlling the states, right? Like, you heard so much negative things happening when he was in office,
So what did
with
he do
people
that was
killing
bad?
people and immigrants killing people. Well,
What did
for
he
one,
do
I
that was
mean,
bad?
he allowed so many immigrants to come into the country without like stopping it. Like, he didn't even care to stop it.
Okay, so what policy did he pass that allowed for more undocumented immigrants to come into our country?
I have no idea. What was it?
Okay, well then how can you claim he did that?
I mean, what? So you're saying that wasn't on the news that he was letting all the
It was
immigrants
on the
into the
news,
country?
but what did he do to cause that? If not, it was just fake news, fake media.
It's not fake news. It actually
Then provide
happened.
an
I
actual
mean,
reason that justifies your point.
so how was it that Trump was able to stop it from people coming into the country illegally?
How was Trump able to stop this? Well, I think he
Yeah,
just
I
made it.
mean,
I just think he created conditions where less people want to come to our country because the fact that our country is obviously in more shambles, right? And our country isn't as desirable to go.
so you're saying that Trump made
Less people desire to
conditions.
come to our country. Like the argument that conservatives make against California is, oh, people are leaving California. But then the argument they make is that, oh, too many people are coming under the Biden administration. Well, based upon conservatives' argument about California, that means the country is better off, right? Like, because think
That's
about
a
it this
good
way:
one.
more people want to come to the country under the Democrats' administration because the country's actually a good place to live. Under the context of of Republicans' administrations, the country's not as good. We've got racial profiling. We've got murdering of U.S. citizens in broad daylight. The administration defending it. We've got an administration that's defending P3DOs and not releasing all of the Epstein files, even though they're legally obligated to do so. We have an
All right.
administration that's starting war with Iran, creating worse off conditions within our country in terms of gas prices and around the entire world, by the way, right? Making worse off conditions in terms of job growth. His policies aren't positively impacting us.
Parker, I mean, that's a nice way to look at it, but I don't think the reason the immigrants stop coming to our country is because they don't want to be here. If they could be here, they would love to be here. I don't care how bad you think it is here. If you go to an actual third world country, it's horrible everywhere else. So every immigrant
It's
that
not
they
horrible
would love to
everywhere
be
else,
here.
but I also just want you to acknowledge that less people want to come to our country because it's not as good as what it was. Because Donald Trump has
I
made
mean,
conditions worse. That's just a fact.
I don't
It's
I
not.
don't
It's
think
not
that's a
just
fact.
true
I
in
think it's your
terms.
opinion.
It's not just true in terms of that. It's also true in terms of tourism. Explain to me why tourism's less.
Listen, I
No,
actually
explain that
know
one.
a
I'm serious.
lot of
Explain that.
immigrants.
Why is there less tourism now that Trump got in office?
No, I don't want to do that because I want to focus on the fact that you're
Why
not telling
is
the
there
truth.
less tourism now that Trump is in office?
I don't research the tourism.
Because
I just
less
want to,
people want to come to our country. That's why.
or they just can't come because he has so many policies that doesn't just allow people to travel. And the
What
fact is,
policies prevent tourism?
okay, but why did Biden allow people to just come into our
He
country and
didn't.
not
What
stop
policy
them?
did he
Yes,
pass
he
to do that? If you
did.
don't know, then you're just making it up. That's a
I'm not
complete
making it
lie.
up.
I'm
You
sorry.
can
I'm sorry.
literally go look it
You've
up
been
right now.
propagandized and misled by Trump because he's trying to fearmonger you by using immigrants. Like literally, that's all he's doing.
No,
Immigrants coming to our
no.
society makes it better, does not make it worse. Right? Your whole argument
Look,
here is
all
ridiculous.
your people watching right now, they can go right now online and look it up and see that how many people Biden allowed into the
Yeah, but
country,
what did he do to
and
cause
why didn't
that?
he stop it? Why
What did
didn't
he?
he stop
Okay,
it?
so there was a bipartisan border bill that Democrats wanted to get passed. Why did that not get passed? Because Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine that very bill.
Listen, just like Trump was like, listen, I'm going to send all the people to stop the immigrants from coming.
Stephanie, thank you
Biden
for
could
the
have done.
$100 on Venmo. Can we get some W's for Stephanie in the comment section right now for 1 gallon of gas under Trump? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Stephanie. Thank you for the $100 on Venmo for 1 gallon of gas under Trump. Thank you so much.
Hey, good job, good job. I'm glad you didn't.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'm sorry, I had to see that because it was really funny. Because gas prices have gone up because of Trump starting a war with Iran.
Let me know when I can keep talking.
No, you can go for it. You can respond.
Oh, okay. Anyways, long story short, I mean, we're not going to keep talking about immigration, but Biden could have stopped it. He didn't, and he allowed everybody to just come in this country, and probably because he was trying to get some free votes,
Okay.
for him to be in office
Undocumented
again.
immigrants can't vote. So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How did that negatively impact your life materially?
Which one, the immigrants or what?
Yeah. Under Biden's administration, immigrants coming to our country, how did that negatively impact your life materially?
Materially. Honestly, it doesn't. Like, I never got affected because nobody tried to murder me. But I mean, there are other people that did get murdered in that process.
Repeat that one more time.
I said it didn't like affect me because I'm the type of person that stays indoors, so it didn't really affect me. And then for my business, it kind of does help me, but I'm
Okay,
not
wait.
talking
So to
about that.
clarify, you haven't been negatively impacted by immigrants at all, and yet you're saying for some reason you think that it was so horrible for our country. How is it horrible for our country? What negative impact did it have on our country as a whole?
Why do you? Well, let me ask you this: why do you think countries don't allow illegal immigrants? What's the purpose of that?
Well, I think that there is a process for immigration of you want certain people in your country, you don't want others, and you need a process to
Why?
ensure that people who are violent criminals or serious offenders aren't allowed into your country, which I think the best
Okay.
process to ensure that is by making the legal process go quicker and by
Right.
providing a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who have not committed a violent or serious crime.
Okay. So why can't we just do it that way with everybody else? Why did he allow everybody to just walk into our country?
How many more times do I have to say this? He did not do that.
He didn't stop it,
I'm
though.
advocating for
So
different.
in a sense,
He did.
if you see evil happening and you
did.
don't stop it, then you are part of evil.
Are you Christian?
I am Christian, yes.
Okay, does God allow for evil?
Absolutely.
Does God stop that evil?
No.
No. So then is God complicit or evil because he allows for that?
No.
So you just contradicted yourself.
Yes, but
You're
we're
real
not talking about
silent now
God. We're,
there.
we're
Your
talking
argument-
we're talking about Biden. We're not talking about God.
Okay, but that's obviously an analysis that you're going to make from a moral perspective. So you made a moral claim, and I showed you how you contradicted yourself immediately. Acknowledge that you were wrong.
Aside from more, okay, I acknowledge that you're correct on that part of the argument, but I don't agree that just because he didn't stop it, he wasn't doing something evil.
I have
It
a
was
question.
hurting our
Would
people
you-
in a sense.
If Jesus came to our country undocumented, would you deport him?
Why would I do that? I wouldn't do that. So that's
wait,
a irrelevant
why not?
question.
Why not? He came to the country undocumented.
Because he's Jesus. He's not an illegal immigrant.
But if he came to the country undocumented, he would be an illegal immigrant.
Yeah, but you're talking about Jesus.
Would you ask Jesus to go through the legal process before he can come into the country?
I'm gonna say no. It's Jesus.
Okay. So because there's gonna be no negative impact on your country otherwise, right?
Well, why would I be negatively impacted by Jesus Christ?
Exactly. So if we provide, you just got civic and election integrity somehow, a violation for that.
Okay.
Okay, well, the point that I was going to make is that if he doesn't think that they should be deported in that context, well, then you can claim that, again, if undocumented immigrants provide them a pathway to citizenship, if they haven't committed a violent or serious crime, wouldn't lead to any negative impacts on our society, that's the option we should do in the same way that it would make sense to do that for Jesus. BB, thank you so much for the 20 pounds. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, immigration is an incredibly important part of our culture. I don't know why they don't acknowledge that. Darsol, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I think actually, you know what it is? It's because MAGA is anti-American, right? Like anything American, there's going to fundamentally undermine, right? Whether it be the Constitution, immigration is a core fundamental basis of our culture, right? Etc. Like there are just countless ways that they constantly try to be anti-American, fundamental characteristics, anti-American within the very, very core. You know what's the penalty? Oh my God, there was some donation that someone sent saying that I was a Mossad agent getting intelligence for the Israeli government. Yeah, so please explain to me why or how I could be a part of Mossad while claiming that Israel's committing a and is a ethno-supremacist state. I don't understand how the Mossad would allow me to do that one. That's interesting. Like, the Mossad is allowing me to say that Israel's a genocidal ethno state that's committing apartheid. What? Let's go on the next individual.